Welcome back, everyone. It's crazy to think our time together is coming to an end. This is going to be the final episode, but ideally at this point, you're feeling extremely confident in all of the steps that you've taken with your business. We've had so many amazing subject matter experts, and I want to leave you with just some productivity tips and ideas and actionable takeaways you can utilize to make sure that you're being efficient and really impactful with your daily actions that are helping move the business forward. So we're going to hop in. And we're going to keep it short and sweet for you on this one as we close things out. We'll see you in there. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you've had as much fun going through this journey as I have. And I hope you feel like you've really learned a lot and taken your business to a level you really didn't even anticipate as you got started going through this course. And I really want to leave you on what I've discovered becomes one of the most difficult topics for business owners, and that's how to be productive and maintain productivity. So I had a discussion fairly recently with some other business owners, and the conversation of, I'm juggling all of these things in the air. Sometimes it feels so overwhelming that I don't even get anything accomplished. There's almost too many priorities competing for my time. And I've developed a few systems that I've learned from some others that I'm going to share with you. I've packaged together, and ultimately it's really allowed me to become extremely efficient and effective with my time. And so I'm going to go through kind of this three-step process for you, ultimately for you to take on and make sure that this continues to be an area that you have success with. So first and foremost, if you recall all the way back in episode 1 when we got started, and I talked to you about developing your business plan, and we focused on those long-term goals, kind of the North Star of your business, that 10-year plan, where you see the business going, right? And setting the framework for allowing yourself to kind of continually move in that direction. Well, one of the things that works really well is breaking that 10-year plan into quarterly goals. I like to call them key performance indicators that you're looking to achieve with your business. And every quarter, setting those and establishing them. I like to have no more than 3 related to my business. I mean, a cool idea is even making some for your personal life, with relationships, activities, things like that are priorities to you. It's easy to get that tunnel vision and only focus on our business. I've worked with enough business owners heading into retirement that have expressed regrets that they didn't make more time for family and other activities. So don't overlook that. But for the sake of the course, this is a business course, let's talk about the business. So establishing about 3 goals that you're looking to achieve for the quarter, okay? That could be new clients, that could be marketing developments, that could be stages that you're speaking on. Whatever is important to you, go ahead and mark that. And what is really the key thing there is if you're actually achieving those goals, are you moving the business closer to that 10-year vision, right? So those things need to align. If you were to consistently execute every quarter on those goals that you've outlined, and they're not bringing you closer to that 10-year vision, then there's probably a misalignment there of what you're actually trying to achieve on a quarterly basis. So those things, if hit repeatedly every quarter, should be moving you forward, okay? And as you've established what those are, go ahead and write them down. That's kind of your 90-day milestones that you're looking to achieve. And it serves as a fantastic benchmark because now every quarter as you're looking and assessing your productivity, it's, hey, did I hit these goals that I had? And if not, why, right? This is a perfect time to course correct. Were there activities that you were doing that really weren't aligning with the opportunity for you to hit those goals? Because what often happens if you're not doing this type of goal assessment or revisiting these processes is you could go a whole year thinking, okay, I still have plenty of time to hit my yearly goals and consistently doing the wrong activities throughout the course of the year only to come up at the end short, realizing you've made all of these mistakes, but now you don't have any time to course correct because you haven't been assessing what's been going on. So it's really important to establish those in advance, revisit them, and benchmark yourself to those goals on a recurring basis. The other exciting thing is take the other end of the spectrum. If you are meeting those goals, now the next quarter you have an opportunity to improve and raise the bar even higher. So you can kind of consistently keep elevating your game and taking your business to the next level. So that's a great kind of more high-level structure to establish for your business that's going to allow you to continually move in the direction you want. But now that you have the high-level structure framework down, it all becomes about execution, okay? And so that's where the power list, which was developed by First Form CEO Andy Frisella, is something that I've implemented into my day-to-day processes, and it is excellent. So what the power list is it's a series of 5 critical business tasks that you are needing to complete on a daily basis. And a lot of people, when I first tell them this, kind of roll their eyes like, okay, 5 things, I'm a business owner, I'm usually handling 100. But the point is, don't roll your eyes. Actually think about 5 critical tasks. And I challenge you as you're going through this process, you're gonna start to realize, number 1, how hard it is to actually accomplish 5 critical business tasks. And number 2, you're gonna start to realize how many irrelevant or unproductive tasks you're keeping on your plate that likely should be outsourced to other team members, or should at least be assigned lower priority relative to these critical tasks that you're gonna be handling. Make your list daily, and I do encourage you to write them down. There's all types of studies that support the ability to write things down and how that supports you in actually getting goals accomplished. There was a study done actually out of Dominican University, went through a series of basically 3 different groupings. One of them was just verbally expressing their goals. The second one was writing their goals down along with verbally expressing them. And then the third group was not only writing them down and verbally expressing them, but also being held accountable to someone else. And you can imagine through each series of those different groups, each group outperformed the other in achieving those goals. So that's something that there's a lot of science behind. You know, writing down goals is actually very, very helpful. So I do encourage you to put pen to paper, so to speak, every single day. And what's great about the power list is when you've accomplished those 5 critical tasks, you're literally gonna go ahead, write a big W up on the sleeve and circle that. And that's a win for the day. And you're gonna try and stack as many wins as you can. So obviously a win, you're trying to get a nice sequence there. And if you don't get it, that's a loss for the day. And so what's awesome about this is as you're kind of building that momentum and establishing it, you're gonna consistently see as you're knocking these things off, same type of line of thought should happen. As you're executing daily, you should be moving forward towards those quarterly goals. Same rule applies. If you're executing daily and not moving towards those quarterly goals, there's a misalignment in what you're calling a critical task because it's not, clearly. So that's gonna allow you to assess on even a more frequent basis if the actions you're taking on a daily basis are truly helping move your business in the right direction. So a lot of information there. So kind of unpack again. We have quarterly goals that we're establishing for the business. We have 5 critical tasks that we're looking to execute upon daily that are moving us towards those quarterly goals. Now, a tool that I utilize that we've thrown up on the screen here is called Align. And what Align does, in my opinion, is it beautifully integrates these 2 processes together. So you're allowed to, in Align, establish what your quarterly metrics are. But then as you can see here, what I love to do is everything I've written down in the power list on a daily basis is I upload it to Align every single day, typically after I've gotten my win, ideally. And what is beautiful about this is you can see very quickly, I started my month on a not so great streak, having 2 losses to start the week. I got pretty hot going into the second week, had a little bit of a fall off on the weekend, and then picked things back up again. And so, of course, I'm not winning every day, but what is great is as you can stack more green compared to red, you can quickly evaluate, hey, how was the month really from an assessment standpoint, right? And so my month, lo and behold, is trending very positively. And nicely to say, that's also led to some business successes. So I have now using this for an extended period of time, I know the more green I see on a monthly basis likely means the more business successes I've had on that basis. So I'll put a link into the course. You do have to pay for this. I think it's like $10 a month. I find it extremely beneficial. The power list is free. Quarterly goals are free. Just take some time and energy for you to do. That time and energy will pay itself dividends for you on a go-forward basis. So I really encourage you to do this. Again, a lot of times I think this is one of the things people skip over early in advance, right? Sometimes when you're so busy, you think the last thing you want to do is sit down and plan. But anything you read, any business owner you talk to, they're always going to go back to the value in strategic planning and establishing that true north that they're looking to identify with the business. And after that, it's all about daily execution, right? You can get lost in theory. You can spend way too much time studying Gary Vee and all of the business books that are available. But at the end of the day, it's how do you execute on a daily basis that's moving the business forward. And I think this system is going to allow you an amazing opportunity to make sure you do that. So again, I want to thank all of you. I know we've learned some amazing information, and all of the guests we had on the show, packed with information on a step-by-step basis. And I hope you can take this and take your business to the next level. And as always, if you need any information or guidance going through this process, please don't hesitate to reach out to myself or one of the many subject matter experts that we had on the show. Thank you guys all for joining us on this journey, and I hope that you've really established your idea and turned it now into an income stream.